Anti-Afro Spingallis, oh, do I have a tale for you? Another rogue public servant in this situation is remarkably similar to what went down, what came from those subjects, those demons in the Umar Johnson sector. Rogue public servant targeting innocent people. I'm going to get you up to speed to a certain point in this video. If you want to see the entire video, I put the link below the title. So you have a woman who calls the police. She says her ex-boyfriend, a cop, rogue public servant, if there ever has been one, this would be it. Right up there with these subjects in the Umar Johnson sector. And you'll see why in a second. She says she broke up with this rogue public servant, has another boyfriend, and he's been harassing them. He came to her place and hollering and screaming the guy's government name, and she's shocked because they don't know each other, so she's concerned. How in the heck did he find out who he is? Like giving or yelling the name and the address, slashing tires, and then went around to the side of the house or the back of the house, I don't remember which one, lifted up the window, had a cell phone, put the cell phone inside the window and recorded them while they were having sex. So she's calling the police and she's worried about the video getting out. So the police asked the woman to cooperate with getting fingerprints. So she helps out with the fingerprints. So at this point, when they went to arrest him, they tell him it's basically burglary, or is burglary, because they were able to get some fingerprints. I don't recall what they said about the tires, but the first arrest would be burglary. So I'm going to pick it up where the police come by a second time. I want you to pay close attention to what this rogue public servant has to say. And of course, listen closely to what the police say as far as the charges. Oh, those charges. You don't want to miss this. Stay tuned and I will return.
Hey, is Alex here?
Yes. You can come.
That's alright. Hey, Alex.
What's up?
We gotta be set aside.
Oh, God.
So, obviously this isn't what any of us want to be doing, but you got warrants, man. You got more charges.
For what?
The misuse of databases.
Can I call my attorney at least?
Sure.
Dude, I just got out, man. Can you call my mom, please, and tell her to get in touch with my attorney?
Over the answer.
Oh,
God. It's gonna be alright, dude.
well, I worked so hard for this.
Alex, look, it's gonna be okay, man. One day at a time, right?
We're gonna call your mom.
This is what I get for hearing. This is what I get.
All right, let's go. Let's get this done so you can
Get your shirt on. Get your shirt on. Get your shirt on. Do it right. Listen, none of us want to be
part of my number.
Who have I done wrong? Who have I done wrong? Here. I care about one disgusting negative person, bro. Shit just brought me down.
You want to use yours or you want
through this, man.
Come on, let's go. I'm telling you. Oh my god. And what is this charge?
It's misuse of database.
Misuse of the data.
Is that misdemeanor? Felony?
Yeah, running people on.
So it's misdemeanor.
It's a felony.
Yeah. Oh, dude. This is this. Cool. This is again. This isn't a restart. This is an over.
No, it's not, man.
I swear, I can't go to prison. I can't go to prison.
No one's saying that. You just do your thing.
I've been good to everybody.
His mother was unhappy about the police arresting him.
Mom,
Yes,
please call the attorney.
I am gonna call the attorney. So why are they rearresting you?
They're arresting me on a warrant for misuse of police database.
Okay, so why did they do that when they first arrested you?
I don't know. They got their stuff, whatever. And I guess I gotta. Is there a bond? Yeah. Guess I gotta bond down again.
Just calm down, okay? We're gonna take care of this.
Well, my life is over.
Tell your mom you love her.
Your life is not over.
Your life's not over, man.
Call Bianca, please call Bianca. What's the bond?
100.
It's 100.
Another 100. 10K.
Okay, Alex, please calm down.
I'm already 25K in.
Alex, please calm down. Please calm down. You don't need to add. They don't need to add no more charges, no more anything to you.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just mad.
The man was charged with burglary of occupied dwelling unarmed, without assault or battery charge, and criminal mischief $200 and under.
Well, well, well. I'm sure you caught the similarities. If not, I'm going to point them out. But before I do that, I want to bring attention to one of the reasons why I don't really like to cover crime stories in court. Because a lot of times you don't have immediate or contemporaneous access to the court transcript or the actual trial. You have people reporting the information, and I don't trust that. So you heard at the end of this report, those are not even his charges. So I'm covering this because I actually took the time to go to the court website and pulled up his actual charges. These are his charges. I wanted to say that before I went on with my commentary. He has 4 counts of unauthorized access to the database, felonies. He has a felony charge of burglary of an occupied dwelling. Then he has a misdemeanor criminal damage to property. I want to make sure we put that out front because it's very different from what they claimed he was charged with. And then they don't even have his full name, and they have an initial that's not even his for his last name. Not only that, they're trying to hide the name of the law enforcement agency. It's the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. The news media is only focused, or I should say primarily wanting or willing or anxious to focus on police matters if it's a racial angle to it. They don't want to tell you about all the law enforcement officers who get fired and disciplined all day, every day. And this is one of them, a rogue public servant. And the similarities to what's going down in the Umar Johnson sector, why I'm covering this particular situation. But shame on the media for their lapse in not letting the public know how often police officers do get called on the carpet, how often they do lose their job. They just want to focus on inciting us as Black folks about police brutality. They don't want to talk about how often these cops get fired and lose their jobs because they're engaging in these types of behaviors, rogue public servants. So let me move on to the main emphasis of this commentary. Did you hear the similarities? Nearly identical. Obviously, they have bona fide proof that he was misusing the database. And in Florida, it's a felony to use the system that you have been entrusted with for anything other than official purposes. He went looking up people and information he has no business looking up. If you go back and listen to the entire video, she made references to how he does this stuff to other people. So he was looking up other people. You can't catch everybody. They do random audits, but if people report you and say that you're looking up people's information, when you have access to these systems, they are going to go and they're going to look and they're going to do something about it. Don't worry. Don't think that the Social Security criminals got away with shit, because they haven't. That situation is continuing to be investigated. This situation just happens to be more of the on-the-spot urgency. You're talking about a law enforcement officer. So, yeah, they got to do something about it immediately. Lickety split. That's the situation with who? Someone who stopped doing live streams and has just gone ghost when the complaints were filed. Why is that? You got to wonder. They got you. There's no way around it. They got you. And just think about it. Did you hear him? If you didn't catch it, go back and rewind. She's effed up my life. This is what I get for caring about people. She messed up his life, but he's the one who went to her place to perpetrate the criminal behavior. And he targeted an innocent person. The dude doesn't even know him, but he slashed his tires, allegedly, I have to say. Well, he sure enough committed a crime against him because he rattled off his government name and his address. He committed crimes against this guy he didn't even know. But who's ruining his life? She's ruining his life. When he's going over to her house, it's just like in the Umar Johnson sector. They leave that Umar Johnson sector, and where do they go? Over to the spaces where people who don't even interact with him are, and they start harassing innocent people who are not even interacting with them. What do? They start stalking innocent people off YouTube into their personal lives, into their business affairs, signing up for whatever you want to say it is, whatever business affairs people are involved with. They start getting involved and registering and subscribing to these businesses and newsletters and leaving messages for people off YouTube. These are people who don't have anything to do with them. That is stalking and that is harassment. But when you turn around and you launch a complaint, file a complaint because you were clearly being harassed, they have an attitude like this rogue cop, this rogue public servant. You are ruining my life. I work so hard for this. Yeah, they work so hard for something, and they are the ones who turn around and throw it all away. Their behavior. And during this video, if you want to go back and listen to it, the woman is hesitating. She was worried about reporting him. I don't want to ruin his life, but what is this? I'm going to have a sex tape posted where about me? He's up here getting into my bedroom and recording me. That was it. People have their limits. And I'm quite sure the guy she was with didn't appreciate his tires being slashed. But they still insist on making you feel guilty for defending yourself. You are ruining their life. You are harassing them. Although they're coming over to your space, although they're harassing you, although they're trying to get on panels of the YouTube host who treat you with respect, and they want to track them down and start harassing the host who won't join in and attack you. They'll try to target people offline, your church, your job, knowing good and damn well there's no reason to call your job. They've tried it And the jobs have told them, do not contact us. Or if you feel you have been harassed, contact the authorities, because what you're doing with us, we see no wrongdoing. We see no wrongdoing by this employee or this person who has a contract with us. This is something you need to take offline if you feel there's something that's going on. And do not contact us again. You know how many times these subjects have been told by our money-making sources that they're full of crap, that there is no complaint, there's no actionable claim, and these complaints have been filed in retaliation, and that's fine. If people think there's an issue, they can file a complaint, but they're doing it knowing good and damn well there's nothing there. As a matter of fact, we're in the process of putting something else together, and the adviso on the complaint process documents were very clear. Complaints filed in bad faith or false complaints will result in legal action. We're not worried about that. We do not concern ourselves with any such warning, because any complaint that we filed is 100% justified. So this little act that he was putting on for whoever he wants to put it on for, I don't know where he thinks that's going to go. He's the one, this rogue public servant, just like these rogue public servants in and around the Umar Johnson sector, made the conscious decision to act the way that they acted, just like this rogue public servant teacher running her mouth on YouTube, got fired, and wants to now blame everybody else, and has always blamed everybody else. Nobody told you to get your ass on YouTube and act the fool. Nobody told this idiot to misuse his authority as a police officer and go and look up the new boyfriend. I mean, what's the plan for that? That's some scary ass shit. People try to move on and not want to deal with subjects, but they cannot handle rejection. That's what it is. Cannot handle rejection and want to interact with those who don't want to interact with them. Something's seriously wrong if you were trying to pursue those who don't want to interact with you. Just think about it. Who subscribes to a page of someone you don't even have any dealings with? I would love for any investigator to come and see who has all these phantom accounts. This is why they've never filed reports. They have never filed reports with the authorities with these claims of phantom accounts, that we are supposed to be harassing people with phantom accounts because they know they're full of shit. What they're going to find out is that they made false reports to the authorities. And those phantom accounts are going to lead right back to who? Those filing the reports. They know they'd be filing false police reports. That's exactly what they will be doing. It's the same thing. They can't leave it alone. They expect to be able to say and do whatever they want to whoever. They want to try to see if they can feel good about exacting whatever type of, quote, revenge they feel they have a right to exact. And when it blows up in their face, they want to blame the targets that they were harassing for their own downfall. They made conscious decisions to do exactly what they did. The consequences are theirs to bear. Of course, I got more coming your way, folks. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.